What's going on, guys? Kyle with Finance Bro here. IDEX, otherwise known as Ideanomics, had a huge earning call just a couple of days ago, and the stock price went flying. IDEX has always been more of a speculative play, but it seems as time progresses, more and more investors are beginning to pool money into this stock. In this video, we're going to be going over everything that's been going on in recent times with IDEX, some technical analysis, and my own thoughts on the company moving forward. Now, before we get in this video, I just want to ask you guys to please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos just like this. We upload all types of videos on the stock market, investing, entrepreneurship, and a host of other topics. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, check out our WeBull link if you guys want 2 free stocks with WeBull. It's a great brokerage app. You're allowed to trade after and before hours in markets, and overall, we like using it ourselves. Also, make sure to check out our course program if you want to learn how to invest. As well, check out our channel membership if you want to support the channel. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. We're going to start with a brief explanation of what Ideanomics is as a company and what they do. I know many of you probably already know what this company is capable of or know what their business model is, but I know some of you may actually have never heard of this company at all. So let me fill you in. Ticker symbol IDEX, otherwise known as Ideanomics, is a company that is basically centered around the financial industry. However, that's only what it's listed as on Google. I assure you that this company is much more than that. IDEX is responsible for various clamps that hold airbag safety in place, components used in DNA sequencing, also the jaws of life rescue tools. These are just a few of the examples of these crazy, innovative, very helpful pieces of technology that help our everyday lives. They basically make all kinds of different products that are super critical to everyday life. Now, the main focus of this video, I'm going to be talking about the earnings call as well as some other information about IDEX. The reason this earnings call was such a big deal is that it actually swung the stock price up 20% during the trading session. So you're probably wondering, why did the stock price swing up so heavily? What is this company all about? What is the technical analysis? Please give me more information. Well, lucky for you, you came to the right place, so let's get into it. All right, everyone, we're gonna start with the Ideanomics earning results because obviously this was what swung the stock price so heavily. Let's take a look. So Ideanomics reports full year 2020 earnings results with 26.8 million in overall revenue and 19.5 million in EV revenue, which is up more than 600% compared to the prior year. This is a big deal, obviously, because this means that, well, as you can see here, this is an important factor, EV revenue, electric vehicle revenue, right? We know that Ideanomics has been trying to break into the EV field. And there's a lot of speculation going on with this, with this break into that field. But as you can see, they're starting to gross money from the field, which is always a good sign. And the fact that it's 600% up from the prior year, which is always great. Let's take a look. The 2020 revenue includes the company's first sales of charging and battery systems. So this is what they're breaking into, right? This is where they're getting into the EV industry in charging and battery systems, which honestly, if we look at the electric vehicle industry and especially the hype surrounding it in the coming years, you can almost look at it as the gold rush. And there's that famous saying, where the people who made all the money during the gold rush weren't the people looking for gold. It was the people selling the shovels, right? So in this case, I would say that the charging and battery systems are the shovels. And I think Ideanomics is taking advantage of a industry that will only be expanding and continue to grow. So that will be very good, I think, in my opinion, for them. And that definitely makes me bullish on them overall. Let's see here. Ideanomics expects charging systems revenues to grow as the Wave inductive charging business acquired in January starts showing up in financials this quarter. We're very pleased with the transformation that took place this past year, says CEO Alf Poor. Despite a year highlighted by we were able to build the groundwork for 2021 and beyond for Ideanomics. We are excited for what the future holds with our recent activity across the EV ecosystem and developments in EV charging infrastructure. IDEX shares are up 10.3% to $3.22 after hours, and of course the upwards of 20% during the actual trading session. So, electric charging stations, right? They're not actually producing these themselves. They acquired Wave inductive charging, which Wave inductive charging, is basically like I just said, a battery and charging company. And I think this is good for Ideanomics. I know I said this already, but I think that this is a very important industry going forward. And I'm looking forward to see what they do with them and if their financials continue to increase the way they are. So if we take a look here, this is just a little bit more, breakdown version. This kind of just says the same thing, gives some of the number breakdown of, what happened and everything. So Let's see here. If we take a look here, EV revenue in 2019 was 2.7 million, and if we look, the majority of its revenue, 19.5 million, came from EV charging business just this year. So they're up, which is amazing. 600% increase. That's where that comes from. And that's very, very nice, of course. And this is what we love. We love to see companies that are grossing huge numbers like this, and of course growing. And a 600% growth number is not too shabby. It's not too shabby whatsoever. Gross profit for 2020 also came in lower, unfortunately a little bit lower, but 2.1 million as compared to 43.1 million in 2019. So obviously that's a huge cut. I mean, you know, they're still making profit, but from 43.1 to 2.1, that's a very sizable difference. So that's a little unfortunate. Yet again, the company attributes this to the sale of the digital asset management services, which had a gross margin of nearly 100%. So that's what was factored in basically in 2019 that was causing such a large increase or inflation in the profit margin, or gross profit rather, you know, in the previous year. The positive earnings news from IDEX today is catching the eyes of investors. As of this writing, more than 29 million shares of stock have changed hands, and it is quickly approaching its daily average trading volume of 43.5 million shares. So this is important, right? Obviously, we now are seeing maybe a renewed confidence in IDEX, because for the most part, this is still a very speculated stock. This is a stock that a lot of people are still not very sure on. You know, there's a lot of what you might call, like I said before, speculation, right? And that's, I feel like, most of the stocks now, right? Nobody's really investing in value plays anymore. These are the type of plays and stocks, for the most part, that I think we're going to see pretty much the average of the standard. You know, that's what's going to be coming in the future, if not, you know, more than what other people are investing in. See, people don't really like ETFs, and they don't like these household names as much anymore. They like these plays that are very risky, are very, you know, speculative, but, you know, if they do actually end up being what they say they are wanting to be, and you know, panning out the way that they're predicting to pan out, well, you know, we're gonna have a lot of very wealthy people, if it works out. Of course, this is all speculative, and of course, this is not financial advice. Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the Sticks. We're gonna check out the technical analysis, just a little bit, you know, very light stuff on IDEX, just to take a look after that big earnings bump that it got. So, as you can see here, we are currently looking at the 30-minute, I believe this is, sorry, the 10-day 30-minute chart, right? IDEX, pretty decent movement, right? We had a nice huge dip here around, you know, 325 around March 25th. And then all week, right? Very consistent pattern, right? Run up, new trading session next day, ran down, ran up, kind of into the close. Kind of ran up, ran down, ran up, ran down. And it was very not stagnant. I mean, it's still going up, relatively speaking. You know, there's not a lot of volatility with the stock. Obviously, there's not a lot of volume, and the price action is relatively limited to the, you know, very small, I guess you could say, sector that it's kind of bound to. But as you can see here, it keeps going up, right? It keeps, you know, moving. And then, right, this is where the big one happens, right? They report their earnings call, right? Earnings call shoots up, right? Huge green candles, keeps going up, hits a high of $3.44. And let's see if that's an all-time high. I don't actually know. That is not an all-time high, actually, sorry. So unfortunately, this is where I get a little speculative on IDEX, because in my opinion, I like to see stocks that were never once at an all-time high and have grinded now down to a very, very low, you know, low, right? So, I mean, let's go even further than the 180 day. Let's check the 3. So, all-time high ever. I mean, well, maybe not ever, but this is as far as the, let's 1 year, 3 year. Okay, so pretty much $5, right? That is as high as we've gone, it seems like. So not a lot of volume, not a lot of excitement. The excitement, it seems, was not back here, right? Not in the previous years. And then I think towards more of the, let's see, this was in 2020. Mostly 2020 is when things really started to pick up, and we see a lot more action here, going all the way up to the 533 number that we have here. So let's bring this down a little bit and break down the technicals just a bit more in the more closer chart, just so we can take a look at the earnings. Okay, so here we are with the 5-day 15-minute chart, right? If we take a look at the RSI here, just about in the middle, right? We're not overbought and we're not oversold, right? We're just about in the middle. We're at a 49 number. I mean, give or take, you know, in the middle. You know, it's up to you. Everyone kind of reads the RSI a little different. I have my own way of reading it, and you might have yours. As you can see right here, if we take a look at the MACD, right? Blue line crosses over the whatever color that line is, and then all of a sudden explosive, right? Just huge candle, and then all of a sudden, kind of starts to want to correct itself, right? A lot of people are going to take profits on their positions that we're holding. Then it kind of flirts with this, goes back under, goes up again to kind of climb up. And then we have a nice little sell-off right after, and it kind of climbs on down to $3.13, which is nice because we're still above what we were previously at before what was happening with earnings. Now the question is, what is going to happen next, right? What is going to happen in this next week? Well, if we look at the MACD, blue line is still above the, what is it here? I am so sorry, I cannot even tell that color. Maybe I'm colorblind, I don't know. I have a buddy who is, and he's great at reading this stuff. That's totally off topic though. Anyways, as we can see here, the blue line is still above. RSI is about in the middle, so it's anyone's call here, I think as far as my own investing philosophies go, I'm not a big, play off of purely technical analysis. I'm much more of a look for discounts that I know are actual real discounts, right? When I look for dips on stocks, I'm not looking for a dip like let's say for instance here, right? If I was to buy in on IDEX, right? This dips down, I probably wouldn't invest here. Because, as far as the overall movement, it seems like despite, there was some red, overall bullish related patterns, right? All of a sudden, huge drop down, right? And this could have been a catalyst. I'm not sure what, this was on the 23rd of March. I'd have to look into that. But this is not something that I think I would get in yet. I probably, in my mind would say, okay, it's been bullish for quite some time now. Now all of a sudden we have a huge change in sentiment, right? Sentiment is so key with a lot of these things because there's so little volume, and pretty much any news or any kind of change in overall opinion that people may have on this stock can change drastically, the price. And it kept continuing to dip, right? So for me, and even if I did buy here, I would probably just add. See, the thing with me is I'm not an overly complicated investor, right? I like to invest in things, that I think are a good value. And even if it turns out that I'm wrong, I will continue to buy more on the dip, especially if I believe in the company. I wouldn't even touch the company in the first place if I didn't believe in it. That's why there's certain penny stocks that a lot of people get fired up about. I don't care. I'm not going to touch it. It's not something that I get fired up about, and not something that I can see myself even long-term holding. So I don't touch it, right? But as far as what IDEX is going to do in the coming week, who knows? I mean, these are really good numbers that we saw with the earnings play. We know that there's some very solid fundamentals of this company, so I think really it's just going to take some time. It could be anybody's game. There's a lot of different catalysts that are going to be coming in this coming week, so we might just have to wait and see, unfortunately. I'm not really sure I can make a call on this. But overall, I think that is pretty much what I can see here on IDEX, and as far as the chart goes in general. I know obviously it is very beat down from its all-time high. If we look at the 3-year real quick once again, and there's been volatility here and there and everywhere. But I think that this company could be worth some real money. A lot of people are calling this company, saying that in the next couple of months that this could reach upwards of $10, of $6, of $7, and right now it's at $3. That would be a pretty huge amount of gain. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would love to see if it does, because I do believe in this company fundamentally. It's just a matter of time whether or not I can see some better patterns, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't know. I don't like, even with the earnings numbers, I mean, it's still kind of sold off a ton. So I don't know. I might have to wait and see. I wouldn't be comfortable long-term investing in this until it was at higher numbers. But of course, this is my own personal take on the stock, my own personal investing philosophy in the stock. You may have something completely different to say, and that's completely fine. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think and how you guys invest in the stock. But other than that, that's pretty much all we have concerning the technical analysis and the sticks. And other than that, that's all the information that we have for Ideanomics so far. As far as my own personal thoughts go on this company, I'm very, very bullish on this company. Although there are some detractors that are saying that this company is spread too thin and that all of their ideas are way too far spread out, I really think that's an advantage. I think a company like Ideanomics that has so much adaptability in their different products that they can create, as well as their own push forward. We all know how big the EV industry has become over the last couple of years, and I'm sure many of you are very bullish on it going forward. The big thing with Ideanomics is I think they could find a very interesting niche with within this industry, but I think only time will tell until they really can successfully implement it. It seems like charging stations and anything related to them are going to be a big deal for Ideanomics, but again, this is something we're going to have to wait and see. But overall, I'm pretty bullish on them. I'm more than likely going to invest in this company very soon, and let me know if you guys are already invested in this company or if you're thinking about it. Let me know also your thoughts about this company in the comments below and any other stocks that you guys want us to talk about. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, check out the WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks, check out our course program if you guys want to learn how to invest, and our channel membership if you want to support the channel. And other than that, guys, that's all we have for you guys today. I'm Kyle, Finance Bro. Take it easy.